Let's find out how do we solve this equation below. 1 by x minus 1 divided by x minus 2 equals 3, where x is not equal to 0 and 2. It's important to understand why x is not equal to 0 and 2. Let's assume if x were 0, what happens? So if you put x equals 0 here, this term becomes undefined. So we cannot have that. Similarly, if we put x equals 2 here, this term becomes undefined and we cannot have that as well. So x, whatever we find out eventually the values of x, x cannot be equal to 0 and 2. So let's go ahead and solve this particular question. Now, so the way we are going to solve this is we are going to take LCM, right? So think of it this way, like if we were to do 1 by 2, but minus, let's say 5 by 3, I'm just making up some stuff. So here in this case, we are going to basically take the LCM of these two numbers. So we will write this as 2 times 3, and then this will be 1 times 3 minus 5 times 2, right? Something like this. So here it will be the exact same way. So we are going to, the denominator will look like x times x minus 2. And here the first term will be 1 times x minus 2 minus 1 times x. And this entire thing will be equal to 3 over here, right? So if you solve this, so this will be x minus 2 minus x over here equal to, so this term will go over here, we can do cross multiplication. So we will have 3 times, so this will be x square minus 2x, x square minus 2x. Or in other words, we can actually write this as 3x square minus 6x, right? And on this side we have x minus x will cancel out, simply minus 2. Or in other words, we can get this minus 2 on the other side of the equality over here. So we will have 3x square minus 6x plus 2 equal to 0, right? Now here, if we do a middle term, we will say we get 6, right? 3 2s are 6, but then we are trying to get 6 again here. So we will not be able to do middle term in this case. So what we are going to do, we are going to use the fact that we are going to use the formula to find out the two roots. So we will have, we know the formula is minus b plus minus square root of b square minus 4ac. The entire thing is divided by 2a, right? So here, let's do it over here. Let's first find out what are the values of a, b, and c. So let's write over here. So a, actually let's do it over here. So a is equal to 3. A is 3. What is b? B is minus 6. B is minus 6. And what is c? C is plus 2. So these are the values of a, b, c. So we are going to simply plug these values in here. So we will have x equals minus b plus minus square root of, now b square. So b is minus 6, b square minus 4ac, right? This entire thing divided by 2 times a is 3. Or in other words, let's do it over here. So minus 6, minus of minus 6 is 6, then plus minus, let's see what is going on here. Minus 6 square is minus 6 times minus 6, it will be 36. And this will be minus, now 4 3s are 12, 2s are 24 by 6. Or simply here, now this is 36 minus 24, which is going to be 12. So we have 6 plus minus 12, and the 12 we can write that as 4 times 3. Why are we writing that in this way? And you will see that in a minute. So we can actually take 2 out, right? Because 4 is 2 squared, so we can write it like this. And now, so we have x equal to this. So we can leave it here, but we see there is a common factor. We can actually take 2 as common factor out. So if we take 2 as a common factor out, so we will be left with here 3 plus minus square root of 3 divided by 3. So the value of x in this equation is, there are two values of x. So x can be 3 plus square root 3 by 3, or x can be 3 minus square root 3 by 3.